Let's go to the draft, shall we?
Yep, remember, check the maps first.
I already have them on the screen, good
Oh,
sir.
excellent. Thank you very much.
We have Arena on the side of Seashell, Arabia in the middle, since we're starting with Arabia, and then we have lanes on the side of the Manta. Will be humans, Mayans, Indians, and Mongols for Seashell, and the Manta will go with the Vikings, Aztecs, Teutons, and Malians. So, should be very interesting how this goes.
Yep, Manta leaving Malians for the last pick. That's pretty risky there. Could have been sniped by the opponent.
Yeah, Manta is the biggest Malians fan that we are aware of. So, without further ado, I think we go diving in, shall we?
Sure, let's do it.
How perfect. I am already loaded up to 5 seconds in game, guys.
Ah, 5 seconds, you've improved. It used to always be 17.
Yeah, well, I had some time.
Count it down.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, Arabia, jungle style. Seashell for the win in the blue, as my scoreboard is not the grand finals. I knew I messed something up tonight. That's mistake number 1. 2.
Yep. Can you also please share your screen on Discord with me?
Yes. And then on the opposite side, we have the Manta with the Vikings here. And he will be playing in red. Blue and red cannot complain. Jabari, you should be good. Arabia. We still have these fancy pineapple fruit bushes. And we have an interesting matchup. Cumans. Interesting. Not a civ that we've seen a lot of, so maybe that full feudal pressure, perhaps, coming in from Seashell here. Manta goes for the buffed Vikings over here.
Yep, I think humans are actually incredibly strong. I don't know why they're not picked more often. Their bonus of cheaper stables and archery ranges is incredibly good in Feudal Age and throughout the rest of the game. And their eco bonus of 2 TCs in Feudal, like, pretty often results in an insurmountable Vil lead. So, yeah, I actually don't understand why they're not a more popular Arabia Civ.
Yes. As we watch the monkey run through the woods. Scouting for both these players is going to be very important. Monkey is going to be of a very interesting breed. We have to pay attention for potential lames. Saw it a lot more than I thought we were going to in the low elo bracket, but nonetheless, as we progress to this bracket, expect the level of competition to come up here. So laming could become something we see more frequently.
Yep, I definitely expect players to start taking their front doors basically immediately to avoid the lame, and yeah, players to similarly go forward looking for that lame, because I mean it is just an overpowered tactic for sure.
Yeah, and it's just so good with them. I mean, it's just not something that you can completely cross out. And we do have the Manta here forward already. So, pretty big ping discrepancy, I am being told. So, see if that affects it at all. Villager gonna go down here.
Good monkey work by Manta, definitely worth taking a bunch of damage from the TC for that.
Yeah, not that bad actually. I mean, Monkey survives. He's gonna be a villager up. ILTC time has been relatively equal for these guys. I mean, cannot complain here. We do have the Manta on 2 berries already, so we won't be seeing any 3-mil drush shenanigans here, so he'll go out for his second boar. Really like the map for Seashell, though. I mean, he could very easily wall up this huge section of the map for himself, as he's bringing his boar in as well. But, obviously, walls are less prevalent moving up. Could just see some quick walls or walling in the resources with small walls. Going to be very interesting to see how this works out.
I would disagree that walls become less prevalent at this level versus the 1200.
Another villager. The Manta being just devastating with this monkey. It survives with 1 HP, 2 vills, and some damage on a third, it looks like.
Yep, maybe players will also start getting Loom earlier to deal with the monkey. I mean, you really do need to alter your play from a standard scout map to account for the monkey once players start using it optimally.
Yeah, I mean, Seashell learning the hard way here. You have to be very cautious when it comes to the monkey. And that said, we have a quick look at the scouting here, and Seashell has yet to even discover where his opponent is. Just scouting the map, it looks like, right now. So, on the other side...
I was going to say, I guess he's doing his big loop around the map now to find where his opponent is. If you're not going for a drush or anything, there's no problem waiting until this time to finally move out.
Yeah, for sure. We do have the barracks coming down here for the Manta. He is shifting onto gold already, so we'll see what he goes for here. He has yet to click up. He has Loom coming in, though. So does Seashell, but... okay, he is up. Oh, and the Manta... gonna be an angry, furious monkey over here and attack the house a good bit. So, really trying to distract Seashell.
Yep, and the monkey actually absolutely wrecks houses since they now have like negative melee armor. The monkey's rate of attack is so high that like it just absolutely saps the HP off those houses. If you can see that one he was sitting on for a second, it's like already down a quarter.
Yep, down to 389 HP out of 550, and it was very, very short work. He could have probably taken it out, but elected to keep his monkey alive. We do have militia being created here for Manta, so likely going into a man-at-arms play. He's not on stone, though, so I would expect this was just going to be straight man-at-arms.
Oh yeah, as opposed to man-at-arms towers, for sure.
Yep. Seashell forgetting his barracks is going to be up, and this barracks is going to be just ever so close. But just slightly late here, it looks like. So he will be slightly delayed with that, and then we will have the man-at-arms upgrade coming in, and the militia almost forward. And this is actually a good timing, but it will be double archery range here.
Yeah, but this is actually very nice men-at-arms timing for the Manta. Seems like he's got his build in order. Seashell is not fully walled. If these men-at-arms come around to the wood line or the gold, they could really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and he almost attacked this here, and now the house wall is trying to come up. The monkey did delay it for the moment, but there's a lot of exposed vills back here. Man-at-arms are in.
Yep, this men-at-arms should get their value for sure.
I mean, even just getting these walls coming up, having to have this economy in shambles, really, at this point. No kills, but 5 of them running is always a good move. And now, no gold income. There is gold in the bank, though, for Seashell, so archers will be on their way out, but only so many can be afforded. I might have to go to another good pile. This house will melt, actually. These men-at-arms are attacking downhill.
This is actually like an incredibly effective men-at-arms rush. Completely off gold. So much just panicking, idle, inefficient eco. Yeah, even if they go down now to these archers, which I don't think they will. They are Malian men-at-arms. They would have definitely paid for themselves.
They are Viking men-at-arms, but still.
Oh.
Going just fine. And you can see the worker efficiency down here in the bottom right corner, 65 to 85%. It's a big difference just because of the monkey and the pressure put on here. Seashell actually has the villager advantage at the moment, but these vills are all exposed here. One will go down, and there are skirmishers here as well, so very difficult for Seashell to continue to deal with this.
Yeah, this is just excellent feudal pressure for the Manta. He's avoiding the TC fire beautifully. I mean, he went right from 1 gold to another as his opponent switched while trying to go archers. He's denying his opponent the ability to go for the units that he's intending to. I mean, this is awesome opening by the Manta.
Yep, KD for eco is 4-0, and behind this, we have a nice wall off here, as the Manta will be very safe at home now. Did not build this one palisade, however. It still is open, but still open on the other side as well.
Yep, though all that said, the Manta has a devastating 3 minutes of TC idle time, as he points out in chat. Oof, that's the equivalent of, like, you know, over 4 villagers worth of damage. He's actually, yeah, he's actually behind in villagers. It's possible he's collected more total resources than his opponent through all this. But, yeah, he's just absolutely shooting himself in the foot with that TC idle time.
Yeah, it's not pretty, for sure, and Seashell doing a much better job managing that, and the only saving grace here for the Manta is he is forward, he is the aggressor, he is killing villagers. If he hadn't killed a single vill at this point, he would be down by almost 10 vills.
Yeah, no, I actually definitely favor his position despite the eco difference. He's controlling the game, he's safe at home. I mean, I suppose having more vills is better, but, you know, if you look at the total efficiency and, like, you know, the projected efficiency as the Manta continues to hang out around the base here, the Manta does actually have a superior economy, despite it being a little bit smaller at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see the worker efficiency is down to about 50% here for Seashell, and he's just got these walls up, but he's not going to be able to keep them up. If the Manta wants to attack here and get in, he shouldn't have any issues with that. The monkey is moving forward for Seashell, but no counterattack just yet. The wolf is attacking still here.
Yep, and also crucially, he's forced his opponent into a defensive tower, which completely denies him the ability to take advantage of his Feudal Age eco bonus and drop that second TC.
Yeah, and it's not a pretty tower by any means. It is on a hill in the back. It does protect gold in this wood line, sort of, but not where you want to put a tower, but really his only choice at this point.
Yep, the Manta, though, he does need to sort out his own eco a bit. He's kind of floating a ton of wood. I see that he's starting to get his food bills up there, but clearly his APM has been all on military gear. And, yeah, the extent to which he shot himself in the foot economically might be pretty great.
Yeah, well, Seashell is going to call it here, and the Manta will take the victory. I mean, it was pretty rough. Manta did a great job with the pressure, and total resources, just 1,000 more collected in total for the Manta. Viking economy behind this, so...
Yeah, you know, I think that's kind of an early GG. I bet his opponent was expecting that he would have been down in vills. They were actually even in eco with a very safe economy at that point for Seashell. But I guess in the heat of the game, he must have felt like he was getting absolutely dominated. Did not realize that the Manta had incurred like 8 vills worth of idle TC time in order to do this. And,
yeah.
Yep, GG called.
For sure. I mean, I feel him, though. I wanted to call it here. He's got military in his face. He's having trouble defending his base. I mean, I get why he called it, even though maybe it's not... Maybe it's been a slight touch too early, but...
I mean, in a ranked game, I might GG in the same position, but in a tournament, I don't know, man. Players have different thresholds for when they think it's truly over. And from that position, it's hard to feel like you're truly dead, but... Hey, who knows, man? Maybe he was just feeling the strength of the Manta and couldn't withstand it anymore.
Definitely a possibility. But nonetheless, we will move on to the home map selection here for Seashell. If I could pull back up the Civ draft, close the maps for you guys. Here we go. So Manta gets the victory with Vikings. Humans going down. Both players using overall, so got to love that. But we must move on.
And Juicy, can you update which screen you're sharing with Discord? You're actually sharing the non-capture age one, so
Like 5. all right. Yeah. Let me see what I got here. Here we go. Sorry guys, first time back in a little while. Have to work out the issues. But nonetheless, we will move on to game number 2. It was on Arena, I believe. I saw on the there.
Seashell is a friend and practice partner of Yo-Yo, so it makes sense that he would be a bit of a clown and home map Arena himself.
Yo-Yo Dude is persuading his buddies to play this map as huh? I am loaded in at 5 seconds, guys. Game number 2. Seashell versus the Manta. 3, 2. And yeah, as always, this is Arena. This is your map to introduce, good sir.
Yep. So here we are on Clown Arena. I guess it's actually technically Monkey Arena, but the base map is the Clown Arena version. Classic Arena, except the walls are a little bigger, the players are a little closer, the resources are a little fronter, and you don't have any back walls. In the blue here, we have Seashell as the Mayans. Pretty standard high tier arena pick, but definitely not top tier. But I guess that he has a special build and strategy that he knows and likes. Definitely a Civ that can win versus almost anybody on Arena. Let's see how he plays it. On the other side, we have the Manta with Teutons, considered to be a truly top-tier Arena Civ. One big reason why is that their units have that resistance to monks, which just completely counters one of the most dominant strategies on Arena. That's not something that Mayans tend to go for, as they lack redemption, but that always helps with going out to collect the relics and, you know, just a little, you know, something that does some work for you throughout the games, as monks tend to be present on the map. But yeah, in general, Teutons, they're just beastly late game. I mean, I guess their traditional weakness is to archers, but even so, it's not like an acute weakness. There's yeah, definitely not a hard counter situation there. Teutons are just a very well-rounded late-game civ. Got an excellent eco. Their unique tech to get the extra range on their castles is huge. Excellent siege, excellent infantry, excellent cavalry. I would say that, yeah, the Manta has a little bit of a civ advantage here.
Yeah, so overall, excellent Civ against a questionable Civ, it seems. But I believe that archers are probably the biggest weakness against it. So,
yes,
at least until siege is included. But
and until the very late game, where just in general, I feel like archers just aren't the most pop efficient.
Yeah. So going to be an interesting matchup. One we have yet to see in this tournament. But Kados, real quick, shouting him out. 2 Twitch babies now. Appreciate it, my friend. For not being brought in just yet, I see Seashell has actually pushed all of his hunt, it looks like, to start. Saving the boar for a little bit later. So, you spoke a little bit about Teutons. It seems like you might like them. Mayans, why are they a high tier selection on Arena?
Well, I mean, it's kind of just that they're a high tier civ overall. They have like a very nice eco bonus, you know, with the longer lasting resources. Castle drop is viable with them. They have a fine, unique unit for that. Normally, the Eagles are a fine play, but against Teutons, it's kind of highly questionable. Yeah, honestly, I never found them to be especially well suited to Arena myself. But yeah, I guess the castle drop play is something that some players like, but at the same time, I always found that there were other civs with, you know, stronger, unique units. So let's see how he plays it, though. He is a clown. He home mapped this. I'm sure that he has a prepared strat. There's a good chance that he has a tighter build than the Manta. I'm sure that he knows how to win on Arena as the Mayans. So let's see him try to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, selecting it as your home map within the tournament has absolutely no bans. So unless your opponent picks your Civ, pretty good chance you're going to be fairly comfortable on the map that you select. So, going to Stone, we have Seashell already.
Yep. So either castle drop or just, you know, castle unique unit is going to be the play here.
Yeah. Plumed archers, nothing wrong with those. Will be interesting to see if he actually gets to big numbers on there. And to see what we can have on the opposite side here. Obviously, I would expect both players are probably going for an FC at this point.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Question is into what? The Manta not showing any signs of any particular strategy yet. Probably just gonna, do a pretty standard thing. I guess boom, maybe do barracks, stable for a few scouts, maybe some relic collection.
Yeah, fully focused on the eco at the so cannot. I mean, it's a safe map, right? Feudal pressure, if it does come in, can be thwarted with some walls before you can get up yourself, but obviously it's getting to the point where both players probably realize that they're each FC'ing, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they're not watching the score, either player could still be worried that the other one clicked up at 20 or something. But truthfully, feudal play on Arena is so rare. You see it like less than 10% of the time. Unless your opponent picks a trushing Civ, which the Teutons kind of are, you just don't even give it a passing thought that your opponent might be going feudal. It's an incredibly safe assumption that it's an FC.
Yep, and Manta will click up just slightly before his opponent here as he pushes his last gear in and shifts onto gold. Nothing on stone for him, so seems unlikely we'll see a castle or any expensive buildings for him at the moment, but
yep, he did just slam that barracks though, so he is going for, I guess, what is the most traditional meta play, probably creating a few scouts. Always helps with the relics, gives you a heads up if your opponent's trying to do anything fishy, gives you a chance at denying a castle drop.
yeah, absolutely. But I apologize, I must step away for just a moment. Please continue, Jabari.
Oh boy, man. I really depend on Juicy to riff off of here. Any questions from the chat? Yeah. Well, I will say I am very excited to move on to this Mid Elo bracket, which I'm also playing in myself. Yeah, players at this level are all incredibly experienced, pretty serious about the game, and yeah, I expect to see a lot of polished strats, high-level play, and in particular on some of the more unusual maps, I'm curious to see what players bring. And yeah, I guess I do also always like watching Arena. So yep, we do see the Manta completing his stable as expected. Looks like he's got Castle Age queued up behind the Vil. Meanwhile, it is Market Blacksmith, as one would expect from Seashell. I'm wondering if Seashell's going to castle at home or try and come forward with it. Against Teutons as Mayans, I personally would try to get the castle forward 100% of the time. Your win condition is probably early game while the Teutons are still booming up. So if you can get the castle on their walls, it just like hugely increases the potency of your attack. Plus, it gives you the way into the base. If you're just going to build the castle at home, then you need like siege and stuff to help it. So a forward castle is definitely what you're hoping for. As Seashell is going to have more than enough stone for this. He's almost over collecting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing though if you do want to get that forward castle. He is up faster, so always a plus, and a little bit extra stone, especially if he's going to end up adding TCs behind this at some point, is never a bad thing, but ultimately...
Yeah, since he's not moving out already, I would assume he's just going to drop the castle at home. I guess that's the safer play, but it just does feel so much weaker to me, as, yeah, your plumes are not going to be able to hit the enemy eco. They're good for map control and relic collection, but like I'm saying, in this matchup, as Mayans, you don't want to let it go late.
Well, that, and he hasn't seen the scouts that I'm aware of, so he should be trying for relics at this point if he's not going for this forward castle, right?
Yeah, pretty curious of Manta to keep those at home. By bringing them out onto the map, he, could have defended against potential castle drops. but turns out it doesn't matter whatsoever. Seashell's not even really looking outside.
Yeah, he is going to have a monastery himself, but ultimately the relic's very well distributed on this map, and it's very even. The one directly in the center, and then two on either side, both very split close to their opponents. So, very fair gen with that situation. Both players blacksmith market, and then we had the stable. Actually, yeah, okay, so it was a stable blacksmith for the Manta. Delete his lumber camp and not build one.
He's gonna drop a TC.
He has plenty.
Pro build by the Manta. I'll give him props for sure. Doing this all without a market. Looks like he's gonna be able to very smoothly transition into a 3 TC boom. Is he free building the lumber camp? That is bizarre.
He is. Maybe a little bit of uncertainty as to what he was going to go for here. One relic going to be coming in for Manta. No military on the field to stop this. Plumed archers just now coming out. And then we have scouts on the move. So this relic in the north may not come in if the Manta's paying attention to it, which looks like he is. And the monk is actually going to run.
Ooh, why drop the relic, man? It's not like the monk is capable of converting a Teuton scout under almost any circumstance. And actually, by dropping the relic, you reveal where the monk is through the fog of war. Yeah, that's a very bizarre micro move there, to drop the relic into the run.
Yeah, plumed archers are starting to get masked, though. So that relic could still be in play, as the Manta has two monks, and he's going to grab the one in the center for sure. Going to be a very intense thing, though, for Mayan plumed archers to go up against scouts this moment, not light cav. But both relics are safely on their way back. Seashell going for the one in the south.
Yep, and all in all, even if all the scouts die, it looks like the Manta is going to pull in 3 relics here. Very good relic control by him. I'd be happy with that outcome.
Can you build TCs? Did they play this on sudden death?
They're on sudden death.
Oh no.
And I guess they're going to play it out. Okay, well that adds an incredibly interesting dynamic to the game. And definitely denies Teutons a lot of their advantage.
This is not what you want. This is, we're not playing sudden death here. This is definitely a mistake on whoever hosted the map's end. This is meant to be classic RM. Nothing wrong with sudden death mode, but this is not sudden death tournament, so a bit unfortunate for you guys here.
Yep, and the map has not been updated since the previous rounds, so this is definitely a lobby settings bug, not a map issue.
Well, the Otters tournament is mixed, so I can see if Seashell played in that why he didn't change it. It makes sense. But yes, Otter, it is really funny that this is the issue. But, hey, I didn't hear a word from these two, so I'm just going to assume they were both like, well, I guess it's fair.
Yep, if you go into the settings, you can confirm that it's sudden death mode.
I believe you, but on Capture Age I have no such beautifulness. The settings do not exist.
Honestly, if I was in the Manta's shoes here, I would request a restart as soon as we realize this. It's just too big a deal. It's not like a minor issue, you know, like standard victory versus conquest. Like, this completely throws off the boom strategy.
No, I agree.
Yeah, favors the castle-dropping, military-making player heavily.
Yep, 100%. And it's a little bit unfortunate, but neither player is in the Valhalla mixed. That is funny. So this is just this total host issue. So, Manta, I don't know if you hosted or if Seashell did here, but either way, this is where we are.
Yep, as Seashell is going to hit Imp first, I think given that it's sudden death, this is definitely the correct move. I mean, sudden death does so much more than just make it so that you're only 1 TC. It also introduces the win condition of racing down the opponent's TC. It really is such a different game. I'm surprised the players played through with it.
Holy lumber camps! What What is this? What is this gold efficiency to the max? My goodness, it's beautiful. This noise. Someone needs to clip this. This is what perfection looks like. Nonetheless, awkwardness because of the situation, and going imp first is going to be beneficial. The issue I see for this, though, is we have a diverse military composition against full plumed archers, and there's only 14 of them. One castle. Production will be hard to come by, so these numbers are most important.
Yeah, I think with good numbers, fully upgraded plumes can deal with knights and scorpions decently. His numbers are not there yet. It would be a pain to focus the scorpions, and he'd die to the knights while doing so. And with the introduction of rams, Seashell 1000% needs to add a second unit to his comp.
Yeah, I think he's going to come forward for a castle here. And interesting that Seashell is going north while the Manta is going south here. These are not fully upgraded knights, only missing +2 on the attack, but awesome, Otter. Thank you for it is marvelous. It was perfection. It is still perfection. Sounds so peaceful. But yet we have war. Castle is forward. And market is coming up for the Manta, so he's going to try to balance the economy. The problem for Seashell, though, this is a lot of military at his gates, and this castle will take some time to get in here. Unfortunately, these relics are going to be kind of an issue now, being so forward. But
yeah, and this is honestly like a TC threat from the Manta here, as Seashell tries to wall behind, but that wall is not going to hold too long unless he has something to answer the rams.
Yeah, and this is really awkward. These plumes are actually chasing a knight, and there are 4 scorpions here. If this happens to be, he realizes Bracer's not in yet, so these are essentially still castle age units, and this is not a good fight here for him. He's going to turn and run, which is good. Save until he has everything going on for him here. But the rams are forward, and there are enough of them to do some damage here.
Yeah, honestly, I do not see this army being stopped. They're going to go right through that gate, right through the secondary wall, and take out this TC.
Agreed.
I mean, maybe a mangonel or something could help slow the rams. That's his best bet. But once they get past the wall, those knights alone should be able to just attack the TC and take it down.
I mean, he's going to take down the castle even at this rate. But he's actually moving for the rams. Yeah, this castle's dead. The plumes have to come back.
Yeah, and in the absence of a second unit that fights rams decently, the rams are just going to continue to plow through every critical building.
Yeah, and on the front here, the Manta has rams being prepared, and he has military here, so this castle in the front could go down as well. And this castle is not for this world for long.
Yeah, if you're Seashell here, man, I think you like delete the farms around your TC, stonewall it in, and just like try to go for some sort of Hail Mary focusing the enemy's TC, because you're not going to win by stopping this army. Your only hope is to get the kill in faster.
When there is no killing this is being defended well. Trebuchet goes down, 3 rams and knights attacking this castle as well. And now it's just for the town center.
Yep, Shell has the score lead, but he is effectively GG'd here. There's not time to tech switch into anything to stop these rams. Bills definitely couldn't do it.
No, they could. They're split off from the knights right now. But Seashell not paying attention to that, trying to go deal with the knight numbers by themselves, and this town center is going down. There's no stopping it now. It's too late.
Perhaps Seashell did not fully psychologically process what it means to be an Empire Wars game, as he's not really giving his TC the amount of attention it needs here.
Yeah, I mean, well played. And honestly, without the TC going down, I think this game is still over. But
yeah, the dynamics changed entirely, though, once they realized it was Empire Wars.
For sure. And unfortunately, it is what it is. But the good news, I really think that the Manta was able to push this back. Not Empire Wars, sudden death. Apologies for that mistake. But this castle was about to fall. The other castle fell. The economy is getting slaughtered back here. Yes, there would be a good mass of plumed archers still alive, but no more plumes would be able to be created. Unfortunate it was set up this way for sudden death, but I digress. The Manta will take the set here. 2 games to none. Seashell, appreciate you participating in the tournament. Sorry. An early exit for you. Congratulations to the Manta. He will move on. And we will be updating the bracket here.
Yep, the Manta coming to play for sure. If he can get his TC idle time under control on Arabia, he should be very strong. Definitely looking like he knows how to fight at the level of this bracket.
For sure. So Manta moves out of this awkward round of 64 here. He will face Chris Toby round, and we will be moving to yet another set this evening. It's actually a round of 32 set. We'll be casting minutes. Are any closing words on that set there?
I'm good, man. Let's go to the next one.
Sounds good.